When Major League Soccer welcomes a new team, history has taught us to manage our expectations. Expansion teams usually spend their first season trying to stay afloat, scraping for points, building chemistry, and avoiding that wooden spoon. But then came St. Louis in 2023, smashing through the league like a runaway freight train, turning doubters into believers, and setting a standard so high that future expansion teams might want to ask for a head start. So how did they do it? How does a team in its infant year bully seasoned squads on the pitch, charm a fiercely loyal fan base, and achieve what many deemed impossible? And what happened in 2024 to halt their momentum? Let's break it down. Their rise, the hiccups, their fierce rivals, and the blueprint for reclaiming glory. Now, St. Louis burst onto the MLS scene with a series of record-breaking achievements. They became the first MLS expansion team to win their first 5 matches, joining a league company by securing 15 points in their opening games, a feat previously accomplished only by the 1996 LA Galaxy and 2012 Sporting Kansas City. Defying the odds, they clinched that top spot in the Western Conference, becoming the first expansion team to win a conference in their inaugural season. And with 17 victories, they set a new benchmark for expansion teams in the post-shootout era. In recent years, the only other expansion team in any sport to do something close to this would have to be the Vegas Golden Knights of the NHL, where they made it all the way to the Cup Finals before sadly losing to the Washington Capitals. That first season for St. Louis, scoring goals was not an issue. Klaus may not be everybody's favorite for the position, but in 2023 he gave fans a show. Speaking of the fans, the moment the gates opened at City Park, St. Louis fans proved why this city is a soccer hotbed. The stadium became an intimidating cauldron, with sellout crowds fueling the players' confidence and making it one of the toughest venues for opposing teams to step foot in. In one of the most memorable nights of the season, St. Louis demolished Sporting Kansas City 4-0 at home. It wasn't just a win, it was a message to their closest rivals. We've arrived, and this is our house now. Opponents weren't ready for that high-press system that their head coach fired into them. Defensive errors? St. Louis pounced on them. Slow starts? St. Louis punished them. They were a team that capitalized on chaos, scoring an absurd number of goals from turnovers. By mid-season, St. Louis wasn't just the feel-good story of Major League Soccer anymore. They were now the talk of Major League Soccer. For me at least, the only other expansion team that comes to mind to achieve greatness like this straight from the get-go would have to be the 1998 Chicago Fire, who won the MLS Cup and the US Open Cup in that same first year. Atlanta United and LAFC, sure, also great starts, but I don't feel that they had the same impact and talk that St. Louis has. The following season, 2024, they faced a bit of a sophomore slump, but I wouldn't take this as a reason to worry. This is natural for both teams and even players to struggle in the second year after an incredible start to their tenure. A bit of a coaching turmoil, key players slowing down, and a bit of a leadership void on the pitch had them struggling. The path forward starting in 2025 and forward, St. Louis needs reinforcements in the back line. Adding experienced defenders who can provide composure and stability will be crucial. A more balanced approach, less high risk, high reward, could prevent the team from leaking more goals. Now, in terms of goals, I wouldn't shy away from an upgrade to the striker position. But hey, I'm just tossing that out there. Again, the 2024 season, in my opinion, was the fluke, not 2023. I'm looking forward to years of greatness from this notorious soccer club that now resides in St. Louis.